Welcome to another episode of Erongo Talk. I'm your host Tiro Karisep, and I'm joining you today from Wurstbude. In today's episode, we're going to be coming to you with news, a grumpy fishing report, and weather and tides. In our interview segment, we chat to the organizer and some of the participants of the Suzuki Marine Cleanup Day from Walvis Bay that was hosted over the weekend. So don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. En nou is dit tyd vir die nuus. Suzuki Marine Walvis Bay het Saterdag in samewerking met verskillende belanghebbende 'n skoonmaakveldtog dag naby die Walvis Bay strandmeer gehou, terwyl die Otto Hergel Environmental Trust OHET Sondag sy tweede opruimingsveldtog in Swakopmund rivierbed aangebied het. Robert Sprach, eienaar van Suzuki Marine Walvis Bay, het verduidelik Suzuki het wêreldwyd opruimingsveldtog getiteld Clean Oceans Project begin. Aangesien ons in die marienbedryf werk, het ons gevoel dat dit ons manier is om aan die gemeenskap terug te gee. Dit is belangrik om ons strand skoon te hou tot voordeel van die seelewe en ons lewe, het hy gesê. Hierdie vertog is sedert 2011 wêreldwyd van stapel gestuur om te dra tot beter marine omgewing, en meer as 8000 mense het deur die jaar al aan deelgeneem. En ons tweede leesstuk. OHET het hulle tweede skoonmaak veldtog in die Swakopmund rivierbedding aangebied. Voorheen het die groep op die rivierbedding en die riviermond tot by Kramersdorp gefokus. Hierdie keer het hulle die gebied wat streek van die Rosemond golfbaan tot by die Swakopmund rivierpersel skoon gemaak. Dit is belangrik dat ons die rivierbedding skoon maak, want die binnelandse gebied het goeie reën gekry. As die water afkom, sal dit in ons oseaan spoel, sê Karen Hergel. Die VDW van Wayne Otto Hergel, wat die werk van die trust voorsit. Ons moet die omgewing bewaar en ons land as 'n skoon land vir die toeriste bevorder, voeg Angela Beryl, die bestuurder van OHET by. Sy sê, sy 3 jaar gelede is beweer dat Swakopmund 25 miljoen plastiek sakke per jaar gebruik. Ons plastiek sakke moet uitgeroei word, sê sy. And on to our third story. The Namibian Port Authority, NAMPORT, is a beehive of activities, as there are 2 ro-ros and 1 dry bulk vessel currently docked at the port of Walvis Bay. The dynamic striker, which is offloading 30,000 metric tons of sulfur from the United Arab Emirates, the distance for Zambia, will be seen alongside the port's quayside for 5 more days. Interesting to note that the sulfur will be banked at the port of Walvis Bay before being transported to Zambia on truck. The Likert, Valletta and the Glover's Cork will each discharge 389 and 159 vehicles respectively. The vehicles being offloaded from the ro-ro vessels are coming from Europe, destined for neighboring markets such as Zimbabwe, Malawi, Mozambique, South Africa, Zambia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Due to its strategic location, Namibia enjoys the favorable advantage of being connecting points to each neighboring landlocked countries such as Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, the Democratic Republic of Congo, who makes frequent use of the port seamlessly, often at Numport. Now, for these and more stories, please log on to our website. That's at www.erongo.com.na for more juicy stories.
Okay, with me here today is Robert Spal, who is the owner of Suzuki Marine Walvis Bay. How are you today, Robert?
I'm great. It's a great turnout here today. So.
Yes. Please tell us what happened here today. Why are we along the beach?
Well, basically we have a Suzuki South Africa, and all around the world we have like a Suzuki cleanup campaign.
Yes.
So basically we've got a bunch of people together today so that we can clean up our community.
Aha. Now tell me, Robert, where do we find ourselves exactly? Is this part of Pelican Point?
I know, this is actually very close to town. It's on the speed slip where the guys do a lot of kite surfing.
Yes, yes.
Close in the lagoon area.
Aha. Now tell us, why did Suzuki Marine Walvis Bay get involved with us?
Oh well, we do stuff for with outboards and
yes.
boats and stuff. So it's only our input back into
yes.
the community. So
yes.
that's something back for the guys, clean up.
Yes.
For our children's sake.
Exactly. And we found a lot of stuff here today. Just tell us just give us like a brief of what you found here today along the beach.
A lot of bottles, rope, planks, you name it. There's a lot of rubbish.
Yes,
bottles.
yes. Now, do you think this is going to be a regular thing, Robert?
Yes, no, definitely. I think this is it's a must. Yeah.
Yes.
If we can get a bit more people involved.
How can people get involved, Robert?
Well, we'll have to make up a thing that we can do this more regularly, and then we'll put it on Facebook that we can,
yes.
can do it as a community. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Now tell me, does Suzuki Marine Walvis Bay have a Facebook page?
Yes, we do, yeah.
Okay, is it exactly that name?
Yeah, it is Suzuki Marine Walvis Bay, yeah.
And then just in your opinion, Robert, why do you think it's so important that we keep our beaches clean?
Well, I think it's very important, because for the marine life and for our children's
yes.
sake, for the next generation, to keep everything clean. It's a must, yeah. But also I'd like to thank all the people that came a number of times, Erongo, Skeleton Coast Marine Services, Buddy, the Yacht Club, Walvis Bay Yacht Club, and Laraman Tours also supplied one of their boats, Walvis Bay Diving.
Nice.
So there's quite a few people that were involved.
Awesome.
We much appreciate all the help here.
Awesome. No, thank you, Robert. Thank you for speaking to us.
A pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, saam met my is François. François, sê vir ons, hoe oud is jy?
Ek is 13.
Jy's 13 jaar oud en vandag het jy nou gehelp hier om die strand skoon te maak. Hoe was dit vir jou gewees?
Dit was baie lekker. Ek het dit geniet en
lekker vriende ook seker gemaak, né?
Ja.
Nou sê vir my François, wat het jy nou op hierdie strand gevind vandag?
ek het baie plastiek en yster gevind.
Ja. Nou sê vir my François, wat sal jy graag jou vriende wil vertel as dit kom by hoekom ons ons strande moet skoon hou?
Dit is nou maar meer net om die mense en die diere en goed te hou.
Ja.
Plastiek en goed.
So het jy 'n spesiale boodskap vir hulle?
Ja.
Wat wil jy vir hulle sê?
Ek wil net sê, julle moet dit graag, of dit is eintlik iets wat julle moet doen.
Ja.
Dit is nogal lekker.
Ja. En baie belangrik.
Ja, baie belangrik.
Baie dankie François. Okay, so with me is Theo Skuman. How are you today, Theo?
Very well. Always well if I'm
Yes.
with. It's good.
It's always good when we see you. Now, Theo, from the Walvis Bay Yacht Club, you also were involved in the cleanup hosted today by Suzuki Marine Walvis Bay. Just tell us, why did you decide to get involved?
Well, number one, the base that they used to work from.
Yes.
Is the yacht club.
Yes.
And then all the junk that we collected is going to be collected by the municipality of Walvis Bay, also
Yes.
at the yacht club.
Aha.
And I'm the commodore of the yacht club.
Yes.
I must be there.
Very true. Very true, Theo.
So we try and help them participate in everything that happens.
Yes, yes. Now, just from your opinion, Theo, why do you think it's so important that we keep our beaches clean?
Plastic pollution worldwide
Yes.
is absolutely out of hand. It's absolutely terrible. If you just look at how much plastic we picked up today,
Yes.
and we haven't even really, as the Englishman says, touched the surface.
Yes,
It's
yes.
really sad. There are even islands of plastic in the ocean, measuring 5 kilometers
Sure.
in circumference.
Yes, yes.
So it's terrible. So we have to, number one, restrict our use of plastic, and number two, collect regularly and get rid of it.
Yes, no, definitely. Now, Theo, you were on the other side of the, was it peninsula that you were picking up?
No, there's an island.
Yes.
And you've got lagoon number 1 here.
Yes.
And then you've got lagoon number 2 on the other side.
Aha.
So, but with this big island here.
Aha.
And then we started at the northern end of that.
Yes,
And we probably did 500 yards.
yes.
And no, we did almost a kilometer, but
Yes.
500 yards in.
Yes.
And we collected 5 bags of rubbish plus a whole lot of nylon ropes and everything.
Yes, so what was the type of rubbish that you found on the...
Plastic bottles.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, about half of them from Namibia,
Aha.
and the other half from overseas and from South Africa. So it's
Oh,
obvious
wow.
that the boats also dump their stuff out in the ocean and it washes out.
Yes,
here.
yes.
And
Now,
then milk cans and old ropes and
yes, we found a lot of that,
those,
yeah.
those 2 Dutch people that were with me,
Yes.
they couldn't understand all the skeletons there.
Ah.
The skeletons of seals and skeletons of whales
Yes.
and everything else. So I took them out to
Yes.
the skeleton of the southern right whale,
Yes.
which is still complete.
Wow.
They were so thrilled with that.
Yes.
So, but in any case, they are here. They sail around the world, and every port they get to, they send articles into the world, 5 of the world's yachting magazines: Australian, British, and European.
Yes.
So they send articles in. So this exercise of ours today, this little cleanup, is going to become worldwide.
Wow, that's awesome, Theo. That is so awesome.
But
Now,
they are very lovely people.
Yes.
They've written about the yacht club as well, so we'll
Yes.
see what the article.
ooh, awesome. I'm very excited. And then, Theo, do you see yourself again doing this beach cleanup?
Absolutely. This is not a once-off.
Yes.
This is something that has to happen at least every 3 months.
Yes, yes. Awesome. No, thank you, Theo. Thank you for speaking to us today.
It's a great pleasure anytime.
Irish philosopher Edmund Burke once said, "Those who don't know history are destined to repeat it." For many Namibians, history remains a painful reminder of past struggles. However, for some, history serves as lessons learned the hard way and mistakes to learn from. The Swakopmund Museum is filled with historical tidbits for enthusiasts to find. Established in 1951 by dentist Alphonse Weber, the museum contains an array of unique pieces as it glances into the strides made in science, technology, and freedom. With a wide variety of categories ranging from ethnology and technology to geology, zoology, and botany, there is sure to be something for everyone. Regularly occurring temporary exhibits also provide something to look forward to. Entry fees can rack up $30 per adult, $25 for students and pensioners, and $10 for children. No matter what your interests, you're sure to be amazed by the variety offered at the Swakopmund Museum. From Namibian traditions to the colonial era and honoring our heroes, and finally, independence.
And now it's time for your fishing report. But the past week's fishing probably was what we expected. Some good fish were caught, but not real fireworks. Frank Oberhauser went fishing at the valley during his recent holiday. He used his high tackle rod and reel and threw an octopus leg in as bait. After a lengthy, nerve-wracking fight, he succeeded in pulling his fish ashore. Well played, Frank. The valley is a really good area to target these strong fighters. So anyone keen on catching one of these should do so in that area. The winner of the past week was definitely Susan van der Walt, who did not only manage to reel in her first ever huge garrick, but she did it twice. Well done, Miss van der Walt. She was reeling in her bait when the strong game fish thought it was a tasty snack and took it to the hook. After a strong fight, she was successful in landing this beautiful fish that was almost like 10 kgs. Susan, you deserve it. With a high five. The ski boats and the kayaks are catching good fish, but not at the tempo of about 2 weeks ago. The shark fishermen, however, had a ball at Langstrand. They got stuck with treasure sharks this past week. Shane Mill took out some guests as he managed to land a total of 7 thresh sharks in one day. Great stuff. Great fishing, Shane. There is a coastal fishing competition being held, so I will keep you posted on what is landed. The predictions looks favorable for the upcoming week, for calm seas are expected. Until the next edition, tight lines. And now it's time for your weather and tides for all the major towns in the Erongo region. Well, that unfortunately brings us to the end of our show. Please log on to our website, that's at www.erongo.com.na, to have more insight and more stories on what Erongo does and what Erongo entitles. You can also follow us on our social sites, that's at Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter, and also interact with us on Telegram and on WhatsApp, that's at 0811 7040, and I repeat, that's at 11 7040. Until next time, see you then.